Welcome back to the Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast. It's episode 25, and Tim, you know what you need to do.
All right, everybody. I'm giving you a warning. This is your last warning, the Prop 69. This podcast will expose the listener to offensive, insensitive, off-putting, and otherwise socially unacceptable content known to the state of California to cause cancer, severe cancer. To avoid injury, the sponsors of this podcast suggest you simply grow a pair.
Not away, Tim. Oh,
there we have it.
Yeah, before we get to our two guests tonight, we have Tommy Elliott, who's going to come on and talk about his 5 favorite pipes. And then we have pipe maker extraordinaire Glenn Tinsky, we'll do an interview with Tim. But let's talk about what's coming up on the Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast, because I got to tell you, we have a stacked lineup going forward. So next week, we have Reed Robertson from Robertson Pipes, Jason Patrick from J. Patrick Pipes, Kevin Foster from Foster Handmade, Dr. Alan Harrelson from the Pipe Cottage, Mike Murphy from Pipe and Tamper, Ryan McCauley from Smoke and Barrel Briars, Rob Dickey from R. Dickey Pipes, Jack Ryan from Jack Ryan Pipes, Corey Brown from ABBS Pipes, Stacy Mahareen from Mahareen Bespoke Works, and I'm hoping that you will come on the show and teach me how to pronounce her last name, because I'm sure I'm mangling it. And then we have Mark Berg from Berg Handwork Pipes, Neil Monier from Garage Made Pipe Tools, Mark Dominguez from Lone Star Briars, and then Ian Fisher from Fisher Pipes. And someplace in there, we'll find a spot for Jay Furman to pop in and do an interview with us. So here we go.
Yeah. And while you're at it, if you like the podcast, please subscribe. You can give the thumbs up, click on the thumbs up, but please subscribe. And for today, and today only, and until I announce it again the next time in the next podcast and every other podcast, if you're a new subscriber, look in the comments below and send us your mailing address as a new subscriber, and we'll send you some stuff. We got all kinds of stickers. You got the Prop 69 warning magnet, a coaster for your beer or other beverage, some stickers, more coasters, just fun stuff. And pop it in an envelope to you. And there you go. That's because we're just nice guys that way.
All right. And on today's episode, after we do our interviews, we have the MBSD Pipes giveaway. They sent us the Peterson's St. Patrick Day pipe, and the contest was send us your mangled, misheard lyrics. It will be a hoot. So let's get on with the show, and let's talk to Tommy Elliott, who is on to talk about his 5 favorite pipes. Tommy, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you very much for giving me 5 or 10 minutes of your time. So I got 5 favorite pipes. They're very precarious. They're very different, each one of them. But most of them all have to fit I have one stipulation. Most of them have to fit in my breast pocket because I'm always on the go. But I have 3 factory pipes. I do live in Alberta, so the tobacco is quite expensive. So I do import a lot of tobacco when I go home. I am American. I do go home to Utah, and then I smuggle or bring tobacco home.
We didn't hear anything about that, Tommy. Not a word.
Oh, hold on.
All right. You all right? Well, you've muted yourself, Tommy. There we go.
Nita,
is that better?
You might have to sign off until I'm done with this.
Can you hear me better now?
We can.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. So my name's Thomas Elliott. I live in Alberta, northern Alberta. I was raised in Utah, and so when I get tobacco, it has to last a while. So, but my 5th favorite pipe is a Brigham. It has the ability to take a filter. I just don't smoke it with a filter. It's only about a knuckle deep, if that makes sense.
Okay.
The only problem that I have, especially in the north, is cold. Cold shrinks most materials, and so the joint between most pipes get really loose, and so there is some smoke that seeps between, and sometimes some moisture gets between that joint, and it's not very pleasurable. So most of my pipes, especially the ones that I smoke most often, don't have a joint in them.
Okay.
But my two bottom pipes, this is another one. This is a CC, so it's that chlorocom,
Okay.
French. Pretty good. Again, it's a 15-minuter. It has a silver accent on it. That's pretty good. It's only about a knuckle deep again.
All right.
I smoke it in about 15 minutes, which is pretty good for work. The other one that I pack in my pocket all the time is a Peterson. Again, I really like Petersons just because they're a consistent smoke for me. This is a 128 Peterson, and it's the deepest pipe that is in this 5-stack anyway. It's 2 knuckles deep for me.
Okay.
It's good, consistent. The only thing that, again, I don't smoke it in the cold because it has that pressure gap, or the only way that you keep it together is by that friction. And so the cold likes to shrink plastic, and so I could be doing chores, I could be feeding cows, and all of a sudden the bottom of my pipe falls off, and it's not always that fun.
All right.
But my 2 favorite pipes is this is a little guy. It's made out of a single block of briar. It's from Morgan 1. If you can see that brand.
Okay.
That's his cool little rabbit ears. He gets used the most often, just again because of the convenience. I'm always on the go, so I could put it in my breast pocket and I can just go. And then my most favorite pipe in the whole wide world, not only because he's on this podcast, but it is my favorite pipe. Tim made it for me. It's a single material briar, no joint. He put a dowel in the middle of that joint, so you can't separate it. So I do treat it like a rifle, and if I smoke it, I do clean it immediately after, so we can keep that airway going. But it is also very deep. It lasts a good 45 minutes.
All right.
Very nice accents. I like rough. Again, I usually always have gloves, especially this time of year. Rougher the better for me, just because I can purchase it in my hand. But yeah, those are my 5 favorite pipes.
All
Any
right.
questions?
No, your pipes are all. It's interesting because they're all unique to your specific purpose, I suppose. Lack of a better term, you like something you can put in your pocket, and they're workhorses for you.
Yeah, I'm not a very fancy guy, so they definitely have to. They have to serve their purpose, so they won't finish in my collection. But I'm not a leisure smoker. I don't. As I could tell you that I wasn't raised a smoker, and so I use my tobacco or my pipes as a therapist or a friend. It's a very solo smoke for me, and so yeah, they have to be just a very yeah. I
All right.
I don't have a ton of pipes. I only got about 20 pipes, and so they all kind of have to have that true purpose, or they get kind of repurposed. But yeah,
Very cool. Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for
Great.
coming on, Thomas. We greatly appreciate it, and enjoy the weather in northern Alberta.
thank you. Thanks for doing your podcast. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Thomas.
Pleasure to finally meet you. Done.
That's right. Well, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Yeah, thanks.
All right,
Okay,
thanks.
bud.
All right. And let's go on to our interview with our esteemed guest, Glenn Tinsky. And Glenn, before we get into the hard hitting, action packed questions, I saw the pictures you posted to Instagram. Did you get the lathe into the basement in one piece?
I did. Thank you. Yes.
All right. It
Jeez.
looked like it
That
was a
looked like
struggle.
you needed a bunch of Egyptians, you know. You're
Well, I
building a
mean,
pyramid or something.
we would have made some good Egyptians. I think. We did it with the plywood. We had 3 sheets of plywood, and so you'd have to move the one from the back into the front, and so on, all the way around to the other side of the house, and that's when the fun started.
Would you have a motor hoist? Is that what I saw?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
All
good.
right.
So
All
that
right.
that basement had an outside like a what do they call it, a tornado door
Bill
on it.
Cook, I think. Bill Cook
Okay.
doors. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're on like an angle. They open up from the
Yes. Right.
top.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Cellar doors. Yep.
Yeah.
Makes life a little bit more
Good.
convenient.
Yeah,
Well,
when I
excellent.
say an angle, I mean like 45-degree. Well, the doors are on an angle, but the stairs are on a 45-degree angle. So I tested it out before I sent the lathe down there. I just kind of kicked a table down the stairs to see how fast it would go down, and
Pretty fast.
yeah,
Moving.
Not a
The
whole lot of time to move.
table was moving. All right. Excellent.
yeah.
Did you get like a little sweat pop out on your brow when that table hit the bottom of the steps?
Yeah. Well, the worst part was, okay, so I had a winch attached to the lathe in order to lower it down the stairs, but the problem is there was nowhere to attach the winch to, and so what I had to do is I stuck a fence post, I wedged that into the ground right in front of the concrete pad, that's poured in front of the doors. Now that concrete pad is only about a foot or two, probably in length, away from the doors, and so the lathe had to go down the stairs before the winch got any purchase.
Oh man.
And so that first push, there was some sweat coming off my brow then. The winch
I'll
didn't
bet.
catch it. It held and didn't break too much.
No,
Jeez.
it's not the falling that's the problem. It's the stopping that causes
right.
the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Man. Well, good.
Excellent.
That's done.
Yeah, that was an experience. It's done. There's still, setting up a lathe, as you know, there's a lot involved in that, and especially with something as old as this. I believe this lathe was in the first 7,000, or no, perhaps 700 made, and they started production in 1910. So none of the parts are available. The threads on the spindle and what have you are not standardized yet at this point in time. So a lot of the tools that I have for my lathe, my prior lathe, don't work on this one, and so it's been it's been a real hassle. I'll tell you what, I don't think moving forward I'll be buying any more used machinery. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Good
Yeah.
call. Good
Jeez. Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
All-
Oh man.
So let's talk about how you get started in pipes. And, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about Mark Tinsky, who I believe is someone you know well.
Yeah.
How did you get started in pipes? Walk us through how you became Glenn Tinsky and Tinsky.
Okay. So I guess I started making pipes when I was, I don't know, 8, 9 years old, maybe. So far back I would never remember. That was probably also about the time I started smoking a pipe too. Sorry, Mom. But yeah, Dad, he worked at home, and so I would be hanging out in the shop, and it was just only natural that I started fiddling around with tools and making pipes. When I was kind of making pipes casually that way all through high school, and then I went off to college. I'd considered being a pipe maker professionally after I graduated high school, but at the time, that's when all the smoking bans were coming down. So this was around 2004. And, Dad thought, well, there's probably not going to be much of a future in this, actually. Um, and lo and behold, he was very wrong. And I'm very happy to say that. What with what did we call it back then? Internet 2.0. Basically, with the advent of social media, it breathed new life into the world of pipe smoking and especially pipe making. So anyway, we didn't see that happening. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do at the time. I was working in a restaurant for some extra money. So I ended up going to culinary school, later sommelier school. So I spent about 17 years, I think, working in the restaurant industry until COVID hit, at which point I decided, hey, I'm going to take some of this unemployment money and invest it into my shop and, change careers. And so here we are.
All right.
So
Excellent.
yeah, so your dad, and then was it your dad and your brother both worked together?
No, just my dad. He started the company with another guy, though, and his name is Kurt Roller. I think Kurt was only partnered with Dad for maybe a few years in the beginning, and ever since then it's just been him until now. It's us.
All right.
Mhm.
Now, did you were in Oregon when I first heard about you, correct? And now you're
That's right.
in Pennsylvania / kind of New Jersey.
Yeah, right on the border of Jersey and Pennsylvania. Yeah, this is where we're actually all originally from. So, parents are both from Jersey. I was raised, right across the border in PA, and everyone within the family sort of went their own ways, all over the country. And recently, we decided to all, come back to where we're from together. So,
Cool.
All right.
yeah.
And then just recently, Glenn, you were thinking about a career change that was going to take you, at least for a time, out of the pipe making world, and then you came back. You
Yeah.
could talk about that as much as you want, but I, for one, am glad to see you're back. When you said that you were going to be stepping away for a while, I was kind of sad to see that happen because one, the tradition with your family
Mhm.
and you is part of that, and the pipe world I think is better with you than without you. So I for one, am glad to see you come back.
Well, thank you. I'm flattered. Yeah, I was thinking about getting into nursing, and that's mainly because the cost of living is really high out here. And we don't get into pipe making to become millionaires. So I was worried that that would be a problem for me, and I thought that I could still make pipes while nursing, and it would be a fairly lucrative job that only required me to work 3 days or even less per week. But ultimately, I decided that, what, I really like pipe making and I want to just do that instead. And I'm going to figure out a way to make it work. So that's where we're at.
Oh, cool. All right. Good deal. Good deal.
Excellent. Now, I have to ask you because you created this amazing group called the Instagram Pipe Makers Club. Tell me how that started, and are you going to jump back into it now that you're back to pipe making or getting back to pipe making?
Yeah, yes, definitely. The Instagram Pipe Makers Club, I just, one day, as you do, I was browsing Instagram, looking at pipes and thinking, you know, there's a lot of interaction between, you know, um, pipe smokers and pipe makers, but not a whole lot of interaction between pipe makers and pipe makers. And so I thought that it would be nice for, us guys on Instagram, who are, kind of commenting on each other's pipes, hey, nice one, blah, 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 to actually have a space that's more conducive to, an in-depth conversation. And so I created the club, which, by the way, anybody who is a pipe maker is welcome to join. All you got to do is look up IG Pipe Maker Club on Instagram and shoot the page a message, ask for an invite, and they'll give you one. What the club kind of turned into was a space for people to, to discuss their technique in pipe making. And so we've got a few guys there who are, fairly experienced, and then a whole bunch of guys who are, kind of just getting started into pipe making. So if that happens, if you're listening to this and that sounds like you, I encourage you to check it out because it's a really great resource and also a really nice group of people too.
It's kind of amazing because when I saw that, it germinate and really get started, and I know that Nate and Justin from Pipe Spores and Pals do a monthly recap of the Pipe of the Month. And I believe Jay Furman is now directing kind of, this is what we're going to make this month. And it's amazing to see what the pipe makers come up with. You should be very proud because that's kind of an impressive thing to do. Tim and I both think that the pipe community is probably one of the most gracious communities on the planet, but for you to get 40 or 50 guys every month to come together and put a pipe, in their style based on the guidelines, it's really kind of amazing and well done on your part. So congrats.
I didn't really do anything. It was just kind of an idea. And, at this point, Justin and Nate, they're the ones who deserve the credit. They're really carrying the club. They're, managing the forum itself, as well as, of course, doing the podcast. And then you got Jay, and he's in charge of the page on Instagram, as well as, like you said, directing, where the shape of the pipe of the month is going to go each month. So, I'm just I'm there, but it's the people who make up the club. Those are the ones who deserve the kudos.
Okay. Do you know offhand how many are members now?
God, it's
really grown, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I last checked, and this was a couple of months ago before I moved out here, and was and gave the management of the club to Justin, Nate, and Jay. I think there's something like 50 or 70 guys or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
And yet there's a fairly high participation rate amongst that number of people. So,
right, I agree.
Yeah.
Excellent. So let's jump into some of your pipes. And one of the most interesting things I think you came up with, you make some beautiful work, and I didn't come out right. What spawned the idea for Naked Tinsky? Because to be honest with you,
my favorite logo, man.
Yeah, and Tim actually has one, and I need to get in line to get one. But I've seen your pipes, and we've chatted a little bit before about your pipes. How did you come up with the idea for Naked Tinsky? What was the thought process? Help us understand how you came up with this brilliant idea.
Well, believe it or not, I was in the shower, and being a Naked Tinsky, they came to me then. Really, what happened was, the pipe came before the name. I just thought that, that would be kind of a cute way to market it. And I would say from most people, it's pretty well received. For those of you who, let's say your wife wouldn't appreciate that if she saw it, I do make those pipes without the boobs stamped into them, and it
I
just
think they say
says,
without the stars.
yeah, naked Tinsky.
Yeah.
So we call that the modest Tinsky. Um, but so anyway, the concept of the pipe is really what came first, and that I have to give credit to my dad for, as with just about everything, you know, pipe related in my life. He has been a huge help to me, obviously, and you know, uh, both in terms of financially supporting me, giving me supplies, and and then training me and all that, and just being my dad too. So anyway, one day he ended up making a pipe, and for some reason, I don't know why, he didn't finish it. He just said, that's where I want to stop making this. And he put it on his website. He sold it for $100. He priced it for $100. It sold right away. And I thought, that's interesting. And at the time, I had sort of been trying to find my niche. When I started making pipes, I was, probably at a price point that's about double where I am now. And, like quadruple or more of what the Naked Tinskys cost. And so I was putting a ton of time into these pipes, doing lots of, hand filing, hand sanding, just really, I would say it would take me about 2 days to make a pipe. And they look great, in my opinion, but, they didn't sell very well. And so I was trying to find out, okay, what can I do to, make a full-time job out of this? And, I thought, well, if the really expensive stuff doesn't work, why don't I try the other extreme and see how that goes? And so I made a bunch of these pipes up, put my booby stamp on it, and they took off. They've done very well. I intend to, continue making lots of them. And I've actually got a nice new design coming up where they're going to be featuring some rings now. So yeah, I guess that's the story of the
Very cool.
Good. And
Well,
how big is
I was just going to say, as far as the artisan pipes, I bought it's a little wee Dublin, bent Dublin that you made, and it had a faux ivory cap on it and sort of a Delrin liner through it. It just, the way that you constructed that was just really, really cool. And I still smoke that a lot. Just real nice, light pipe, that you can, hands-free,
Yeah, I remember I remember that very well, actually. And that's a shape that I definitely want to do again. So glad to hear you like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
excellent. Now, how big is the backlog for Naked Tinskys? I saw you posted a little while ago saying get in line, and when I start making them again.
I've probably got like a couple dozen on order right now, I would say. So, but they, don't let that, if you're listening to this and you're interested in buying one, or, contacting me about placing an order, don't let that discourage you, because they go pretty fast. I can really churn them out. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, excellent. You need to put me on the list.
Thank you. I'd love to.
Yeah. I'll message you after the show or tomorrow and get on the list. So
great.
Yeah. And if anybody's thinking about getting one, or you're on the fence, get one. They're a great pipe.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot more than the price would indicate. Believe me.
Yeah. I mean, that's I think that they're probably, the best deal in handmade pipes out there right now. Obviously you can buy, a factory pipe for substantially less, especially if it comes from somewhere like China. But, in terms of handmade pipes, I think that, these are going to be definitely on on the cheapest side of that.
It's
And
an
the nice. Sorry, go ahead.
well, it's an incredible value to get.
Mhm.
Even with if you changed it to a colored stem, I mean, I still think you're hovering around $100, and to get a handcrafted pipe for $100 is an incredible deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the standards and the materials are all the same as our regular pipes, which this is a probably going on like 45-year-old tradition right now, and so all the materials that get used for the American pipes, the Tinsky pipes, it's the same wood, it's the same stems, it's the same fit. So there's nothing different except that they're not stained. And some people even take it upon themselves to stain it at home. But a lot of people just leave them, and after you smoke them just a handful of times, they start to color up. The grain comes through a bit. So if you're looking for a pipe that's you want to keep in the car, or take with you while you're trekking around in the woods or walking the dog or fishing, whatever, you know it's a great pipe to have because you get the quality of the smoking experience that you would with our regular pipes at a fraction of the price.
Right. Yep. And the fit and finish, like one of the aspects that I noticed with the pipe, I was looking it over when I originally got it, and I was thinking, man, you put a lot of effort into the quality, fit, and finish of these pipes, and it's just I don't think you're going to find a better value, frankly.
Yeah, and one more thing I would like to mention too is yes, they're around $100. They're the base price right now is 82, and then with shipping that'll come out to 92. But if you want to throw colored stem on it, that'll put you at 100 even. And I do custom orders on these, so you say, hey, look, this is a shape that I want, or these are the specific dimensions in a pipe that I want. I'm happy to create exactly what it is you're looking for. I get a lot of guys who are somewhat new to pipe smoking, and and a lot of younger guys too, who don't have the budget to be buying L-tangs all the time, and you know um, they think, oh, okay, I've heard that this shaped chamber smokes this particular tobacco pretty well, or I really want to have a pipe of these particular dimensions for this particular activity that I like to do, or something like that. So it's a really great way for you to be able to experiment with different shapes. See what tobaccos you like. See what suits you. And be able to do it on a budget and not have to smoke a factory pipe, because there's, not only is it, higher quality in terms of, the finishing materials, but there's a story behind it. I sit there and slave away at it all day. Who's making it, and I'd love to talk to you about it,
Wonderful.
Well,
And I think
yep.
that's the allure and why so many people are coming back to pipe smoking. There was a period in the 60s and 70s where everything was a factory pipe. There weren't a ton of artisan makers. You got your Graybo, you got your Medico. It was mostly European guys, and right now there's just a resurgence in it, and it's amazing how many younger guys are coming in, and the graciousness of the community. This is one of the few places where you can go and actually talk to the maker on a regular basis. It's kind of amazing. So thank you for all you do. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I mean, I wouldn't be able to, have this awesome job if it wasn't for everybody's support. So,
yeah, wonderful. So,
well,
what's next
great.
for you? What do you see? Are you going to still continue to make the high-end pipes, or do you have enough Naked Tinskys to keep you busy for a while?
Well, Naked Tinskys, they don't have much of a profit margin, so that unfortunately can't be my bread and butter. But I do intend to continue making quite a few of them. That said, what I am going to do is focus on my dad's style of pipes. he's got a pretty unique product, I would say, in the world of pipe making. You tend to have, sort of two camps. You've got, guys that are, putting out maybe, I don't know, 100 pipes a year or something like that. And then you've got the factories that are, putting out thousands and thousands of them. But there are not a whole lot of guys who are sort of in the middle of that. And that is the space um, that my dad has occupied throughout his career. This is mainly on account of our using freeform stems. And so our stems are made from, they're CNC milled from rod stock. They're lucite. And in fact, they're designed to our specifications. So this isn't a, cheap acrylic stem that you can buy anywhere. They're made specifically for us. And we've got about, I'd say, 50 different stem shapes at this point. So it's been a long, process to get to this point, and get them to the quality that they're at. But what this allows us is to, cut down significantly on the time that it makes a pipe, and therefore the price at which the pipe needs to be sold in order to turn a profit. So I think you'll find, with our pipes that, you're getting, something that is, on the same level of maybe, $400 or $500 pipe, but you're going to be getting it for, $200 or $300 because of that. Now, as for me, what I intend to do is continue making these pipes, but I'm going to even bump my price down a little bit lower. So my carves are going to be starting at, I believe it's like $145 this year. Looking at blasts are $169 starting price, and then smooths $194. And hopefully that will, get me some traction here.
Okay. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if somebody wanted to get a pipe from you, what's the best way to locate you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram or on our website. At Instagram, I'm located at Glenn Tinsky Pipes, and the website is amsmoke.com. That's AM like Mary smoke.com.
Okay. And we'll put that in the show notes so that people can find you if they're watching this episode. So tell me, do you have a favorite pipe shape that you like to do? Is there something that if there was one style that you would make over and over again, or do you like so my esteemed partner, Tim, can't stand making the same pipe over and over again. He wants to do all different pipes all the time.
Well, I think I'm in the other camp. My favorite shape to make is a billiard. Boring, I know, right? And I love making pipes in batches.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that there's, something. I enjoy the process of making a pipe, in addition to the aesthetics. And although I do actually find more beauty in the shape of a simple billiard than I do in something that's a little bit more extravagant, like let's say like a blowfish or something like that. I like the simple shape because I find that it's easier to discern a subtle difference in the craftsmanship of a billiard as opposed to, like a Danish standard shape. Whereas even, the difference of, let's say, a 20th of an inch of extra wood in one spot is very noticeable to me, on a billiard. So I enjoy playing around with the proportions of standard shapes, but I also enjoy making them. And the reason for that is because if I make the same shape over and over again, I can get into kind of a groove. And, I don't know if anyone who's listening has had like, a physical job where you're just kind of, you do the same sort of movements over and over again, it sort of becomes muscle memory. And, you know, yes, that can be boring at times, but also at other times, if you can really find your groove, it can be kind of meditative in a way, you know, where you're just really flowing in a very efficient way. And I find a lot of pleasure in that.
So at the, as you can tell, I'm getting a lot of help from Spectrum Internet tonight. So I missed part of the last bit of the conversation that you had around sort of the meat of your pipe making offering. In the, I'm guessing 200 to 300 pipes a year kind of thing. Is that sort of the volume that you would be trying to achieve, or would it be more than that?
Yeah, but for me, it's definitely going to be more. I'd say my dad is going to be in around that range. For me,
Okay.
you know, because I'm doing the naked Tinskys, it's going to be a lot more than that. You know,
Okay.
I'm hoping to do, I don't know, probably like 2 of those a day and maybe 1 regular pipe a day. So, you know, 3
Okay.
times 260. That would be ideal. We'll
Okay.
see.
Well, when you get everything back on ball bearings, and you're sort of at full production, where will people find your pipes? Will you be in like smoking pipes and retailers like that, dealers, or will you just
Yep.
want people to come direct?
Yeah. You know, my pipes are available on smoking pipes. Of course, I prefer if people buy directly from me, you know, and I
Okay.
really love doing custom orders for people as well. So, you know, we talked about it. We mentioned it earlier when you were having internet problems. You can find me on our website, amsmoke.com, as well as Glenn Tinsky Pipes on Instagram. I answer my inbox constantly all day long, and I'd love to hear from you.
Okay. Cool.
Excellent. Excellent.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and we talked about your favorite shape and billiard. So you know, when you and I talk tomorrow, it'll be a billiard naked Tinsky, and then we'll talk about
Okay.
something custom going forward. So
Sure.
excellent. Wow. So now, mom and dad are both in Pennsylvania. The whole family's in Pennsylvania at this point.
No. Dad is in Montana. He's been out there for, God, probably over 20 years now, and I don't ever see him leaving. Most of his side of the family is down in Florida. Most of mom's side is up in Pennsylvania now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Amazing. It's just wonderful to get to chat with you. I just, you know, this is the Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast, and we love to talk to pipe makers because I'm a fanboy, and you know, you just see so many spectacular pipes out there, and we're really looking to see what you come up with next, and we hope you get your shop. When do you think is your shop up and running now, or are you getting close?
I think I will be turning my first pipe tomorrow. If not tomorrow,
Ooh.
probably the next day. So yeah, keep an eye out on Instagram. I've got a lot of orders.
Oh,
Did you guys
excellent.
lose me?
No, you're okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're good.
You're good.
okay.
You're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the
Yeah.
fun of, you know, this is a very strict podcast here. You know, we don't make mistakes. We don't see Tim popping in and out of the picture. I don't get up and wander off screen periodically through the podcast. So, you know, this is.
I actually went to get a sandwich the last time I went out.
Oh, good.
You know.
No, it's important to stay hydrated and fueled during a
Right.
podcast.
That's right.
Excellent. You know, we've asked a couple of our other pipe makers, and if you don't want to tell us, where do you source your briar from? Do you are you buying direct? Are you Vermont freehand? Where are you getting your
No.
briar from?
No, we buy direct, and in fact, we supply briar for a lot of pipe makers. So, if that's something that would interest you, go ahead and check us out on the website. I do believe we actually have the lowest prices on Grecian briar right now. So all of ours
Oh,
is
okay.
single sourced from Greece, and we offer Plateau
Uh,
as well as Evashon too.
All right. Wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling us that. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
See,
Well, I think
here
we're
we
going to
are.
be getting orders for that.
Pipe kits also, so, if you are someone who, wants to try your hand at pipe making and don't want to have to move a lathe into your basement, then you can hit us up and get one that's pre-drilled and, carbon on a Dremel or whatever you got.
And just so
Excellent.
the audience knows, we'll include all of your contact information in the comments, in the, what do they call that section below? The description. There you go.
Yeah.
The description box.
Yeah, we'll do that. Ben likes to type, and Tim and I like to do this. So Ben, our producer, will handle that portion of it. Excellent. Tim, do you have any other questions for Mr. Tinsky?
We could probably talk for a couple of hours here. I don't. I think we probably would like to have you on again sometime because, there's just such a long tradition in your family of pipe making. And it would be interesting sometime to have a conversation about just what that looked like for you, and sort of I think I read, this goes back a ways, it was on your website. It was a write-up. It read as though your dad had written it about, how they started and all that sort of thing that I thought was very interesting. And it'd be kind of cool to talk about, how it was back then and, how it's evolved and what it is today and, in more detail. So if you would, we'd like to have you on some other time and we can maybe talk about that a little bit. It'd be really cool.
Sure, I'd love to. And, maybe I could twist my old man's arm and, you could hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Oh, that'd
Excellent.
be dandy.
Yeah.
We'd love
And
that.
when you come on next time, we'd love to have you show off some of your work. And if you have any work that you want to show off now, we would happily take a look.
I do not have any, and I also hope to not have any then either.
All right. Fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough. You're not
point.
building them for decorations. Yeah. Excellent. Good call.
Yeah,
Good
great.
call. Excellent. So if you'd like to stick around, Glenn, and do the pipe giveaway contest, you're more than welcome to. If you want to jump off, it's up to you. You tell us what you want to do.
I've got to finish constructing this bandsaw tonight, so I think I'm going to have you guys on in the background while I do that.
All right.
All right.
Excellent.
Very good.
Well, thank you
Well,
so
look,
much
thank
for
you
coming
very
on.
much.
And
Yeah,
I will
thank
be
you. It was great to meet you.
Yeah.
I'll be talking to you either tonight or tomorrow about getting a naked Tinsky and then maybe something else too. So
That's
thank you
great.
so
Thank
much for
you
being
so
on.
much, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right. We'll talk to you later,
Hey,
Glenn.
Okay.
Good to
Take
meet
care.
you finally, Glenn. Thanks.
Yeah, likewise. Take care.
All right. It's me and you now, Tim.
That was, yeah.
Fantastic.
Maybe I'll stick around a while.
Yeah, well, you never can tell. So
How frustrating.
we are going to talk about this fabulous Peterson St. Patrick's Day. It is model number 307, I think, right? 307? Yep, it's the 307 St. Patrick's Day, smooth black, green band on it. Peterson pipe. Absolutely love it. It's got the P-lip on it. A fantastic pipe. And the contest rules. And again, thank you to MBSD Pipes for donating this pipes for the raffle. We greatly appreciate it. And Mangled Song Lyrics was our... And let me tell you, folks, nobody disappointed us. Do you have any that you want to read off, and then I'll go through my pages of emails.
I sent everything to you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll start off with Instagram because that's I'm just starting with Instagram. Get over it. So Patrick Whitmore, who won the Mersham pipe in our last giveaway, sent us Manford Mann's Earth Band, Blinded by the Light. Misheard the lyric, and the actual lyric is revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. But Mr. Whitmore heard wrapped up like a douche, another ruler in the night. So close. So very close.
Another ruler.
A Pile 14 said, my wife always sings Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza, instead of Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, yeah. You know, if Tony Danza shows up at the house, you may be the second choice.
Me closer, Tony Danza.
Yeah. An Alanis Morissette song. Friend of mine thought she was singing about a cross-eyed bear and not the cross-eyed bear. So classic. Yeah, yeah, it's a cross-eyed bear.
Of course.
You know?
Of course.
Oh. At Noah's house. Yeah, at Noah's house. Wow, killer giveaway and a hell of a guest. So yeah, Glenn was definitely a great guest. Cover My Ash, Black Sabbath War Pigs, treating people just like poison chests. The actual lyrics are treating people like pawns in chess. So close. So
Poison
very.
chest. It sounds like a fever dream.
Yep. AC/DC's Dirty Deeds. This is from Pipes and Snuff. AC/DC, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. I always thought it was Dirty Deeds and the Thunder Jeep. Close. Close. That was good. The ELO song, Piper Down 14. The ELO song, Don't Bring Me Down. I always thought the lyric was, Don't Bring Me Down, Bruce, which always left me wondering, who the F is Bruce, and why is he such a downer?
They did say something like that. I always wondered that too. Bruce?
Yeah, Bruce.
Don't bring me down. Bruce?
Yeah, Bruce. Tragic name, but, we'll let it go.
Bruce is the guy when you pull in, you used to get gas. He had the gray pinstripe shirt and the name tag over the
Tim
pocket.
is frozen.
It was always Bruce.
No telling what Tim's talking about.
Oh God!
We'll wait and maybe see if Tim catches back up here. This will be a portion of the show that is edited by Ben, our producer. All right. Well, we'll wait for Tim to come back. So while we're waiting for Tim to come back, I got Tina Campbell from Two Nuts 2, who Diva Pipes, sent me this fantastic card.
What the hell did I do with my iPad?
She saw my post the other day and sent me a sticker. So it's the Diva Pipes sticker, and this will go up on the wall on my sticker board here momentarily. So thank you so much, Tina. And I have responded in kind, and you'll get a couple of stickers from the Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast, and an Emerson Southern Forged, and a Prop 69 warning. So those are headed your way tomorrow. So thank you very much. I could talk to Ben, the producer, now, but we'll just wait patiently for Tim to pop back on. Or perhaps we won't. We'll just enjoy the ride. Tim's cracking up, and then all of a sudden, he's off. This is the fun.
This thing is killing me.
What'd you do? Would you lose the gerbil? What happened?
Yeah, I think.
I mean,
Jeez,
I know they have to pump sunshine out there to you. So, anyway.
I got all this internet speed, and it's not for shit. It's killing me.
Classic. So we finished up with Don't Bring Me Down, Bruce, and now we're going to Tiger Slug Radio Unlimited version 7.7. The Go-Go's, Our Lips Are Sealed. I always heard it as Alice the Seal and thought it was a cute song about an aquatic mammal. LOL. Yeah, good. I like that. Kitchen Sink 52. When my sister was really little, around 5 or 6, I think, she misheard Feliz Navidad as Police Mommy Died. We still sing it that way.
Police Mommy Died.
Police Mommy Died. Yeah. Quatchy Face. Daughter used to sing Bubba Shot the Jukebox as Bob Papa Juice Box. And that's how we sing it to this day. As well you should.
For sure.
A buddy of mine thought, so this is way better 33s. A buddy of mine thought Metallica was saying Sad Patrol instead of Sad But True. If you think about it next time and you hear that part, it really does sound like it. But also, the 10,000 Maniacs cover of Peace Train, every time she says Peace Train, it sounds exactly like Peace Stain. And I was in tears laughing so hard. The first time I heard it, everybody jump on the Peace Stain. Well done. Quatchy Faced and way betters. Excellent.
Everybody jump on the beat. Oh, God.
Spark Mark 59. My wife always thought that the intro to the Star Trek was to Boligo, where no man has been before, not to boldly go. Boligo. Enjoy. Spark Mark, you can now give your wife a ration of shit for Boligo. Bill's
Some of these are
son,
pretty good.
yeah. Bill's son 1. Bad Company's Rock and Roll Fantasy. Here Come the Jesters. I always thought they were saying, Here Come the Jetsons. Well, of course. Meet George Jetson.
Jane,
Yeah.
stop this crazy thing.
Occasional Pipe Enjoyer. And, of course, Blinded by the Light. Revved Up Like a Douche. Another Runner in the Night. And then making fun of REM. Let's Pee in the Corner. Let's Pee in the Spotlight. Losing My Religion. Yeah.
You know, it sounds exactly like. In fact, that might be the lyrics.
Yeah, I think so. You know,
Let's pee in the corner.
Dave Hereniuk, Blinded by the Light, Revved Up Like a Douche, Another Runner in the Night. Yeah, and that's a common one. Mark Berg from Berg Pipes, who will be a guest on the show coming up. Might as well face it, you're a dick with a glove by Robert Palmer's. Addicted.
Right.
Well done. Well done, Mark.
I'm a dick with a glove.
Yeah. Chris Stipe.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Chris Stipe giving us the classic Jimi Hendrix. Excuse me while I kiss this guy. Yeah, very well done, Chris.
Excuse me.
Terry Brewster was sending in, we couldn't get Todd Zanzini to come on and give us 9 choices for this, so we got Terry coming on. CCR, Bad Moon Rising, There's a Bathroom on the Right. Deep Purple from Smoke on the Water, Slow Talking Walter, Fire Engine Guy. And you could see Deep Purple, Slow Talking Walter, Fire Engine Guy. Ray Parker Jr. from Ghostbusters. Who are you going to call? Those bastards. And my personal favorite from you, Terry, Rolling Stones' Beast of Burden. I'll never leave your pizza burning. I'll never leave your pizza burning.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, it's classic.
Jeez.
As a child, my brother used to sing Knick Knack Paddywhack, Gigabag Bong, and swore those were the actual lyrics.
Gigabag a bong.
Yeah, no, older Dombrowski. It was not Gigabag a Bong. That's wishful thinking. Our Dicky Pipes sent us "Hold Me Closer," Tony Danza from, and then the last we've got Andrew sent us an email. Just subscribe to the podcast. Keep up the great work. Anyway, the song "What Else Can I Do" from the movie Incantado. My daughters will always sing "A Hurricane of Hot Dogs" instead of "A Hurricane of Jacarandas." It makes my wife and I laugh every time when we hear it from the other room.
A hurricane of hot dogs.
A hurricane of hot dogs. And then last but certainly not least, Jared Booth sent me the misheard lyrics for Yellow Ledbetter. We will put the link in the description below because that's the funniest shit I've seen in 20 years. First time I was crying.
So, and it all fit perfect. It was great.
Oh yeah. The and a wizard on a leaf. On a carmine unaware.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
And they had his face on there. It was like, I can't watch Anna fall down.
I want to leave Bennigan's. Oh man, I'm just.
How about this one? The Bohemian Rhapsody. Beelzebul, there's a devil on a cycle.
All right, there you go. There you go. Brown the
Let's
runway. Potato wave.
God.
Oh. My son, who's a big Pearl Jam fan, goes, "What are you listening to? Is that Yellow Ledbetter?" I go, "You need to watch it." And I gave him my phone, and he's crying, he's laughing. I sent it to my wife, who hates Pearl Jam, and she was crying because the lyrics are just so damn funny. What this guy heard, it's just make me fries.
There wasn't one bit of it that was not misheard.
No,
it's like everything from the beginning of the song to the end, and they it could all be that stuff that he put in. Oh my God, so funny.
And Mona said, "I want to leave Bennigan's." I don't want a whale in a box or a bag. Even the start of the song, I was just crying, and we can't play it because it's copyright protected. But we will put the link in to get the misheard lyrics. So
you'll see why we're laughing. Oh. God, if you're not seeing it, it's an inside joke at this point. But man, watch it. You'll be dying.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Absolutely epic. Epic.
Those were all good. So the hard part now, right?
Now the hard part.
Yeah. I think the one that got me laughing the most was the fire truck guy.
Slow talking Walter. Fire engine guy. I'm surprised.
Slow talking Walter.
I'm surprised nobody. We got two of the Tony. Hold Me Closer, Tony dances, but nobody came on with the other Elton John song. Don't let your son go down on me. Nobody got that one, and I'm so disappointed that. There were so many that were fun. I absolutely loved, the Yellow Ledbetter. I mean, I watched it just before we went on, and I was just crying. Potato wave.
They showed it a couple times. And then where they had the guy from The Sopranos, Carmine.
Yeah. And a Carmine unaware. Oh, my face is bright red. I'm laughing so hard I'm crying.
It kept coming back on Brown the Runway.
I see Dems Brown the runway.
I see Dems. For God's sake. All right.
That's the one that got me. So we flip a coin between Slow Talking Walter, Fire Engine Guy, and Potato Wave.
Sure.
I don't know if I have a coin, Tim.
Let me see. I don't know. How about a coaster?
All right, flip a coaster.
Flip a coaster. Because it's
All
blank on one side. All right, here. Let me see. I'll do it, and it'll land on the floor. Oh, wait a minute. I guess we got to decide.
Yeah. So
I'm all loopy now. Okay, so this is Fire Engine Guy.
okay.
This side, okay.
All right. And the white is Potato Wave. It's Fire Engine Guy. All
Fire
right.
Engine Guy.
Congratulations, Terry. You have won a Peterson St. Patty's Day pipe. We'll get in touch with you
Oh,
before
God,
this
that was
post.
good.
Oh, and Jared, we're going to send you some stuff just because
Yeah,
that was the
for
funniest
sure.
shit I've ever seen, and absolutely loved it.
You know what I'll do is I'll make a nice tamper, and shoot me his address, and I'll put it in the mail to him.
All right, excellent.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
but that was,
Oh, God.
that's just a hoot, And thank you to MBSD Pipes for supplying us with the pipe and the laughs. And I got to tell you, Sarah's video is just on fire.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, and even our interview last week with Kurt, that was incredibly fast. And I believe, as we speak at this moment, Tim, let's get to YouTube and see how many
We
subscribers.
had like 160 some views inside of 4 days, 3-4 days.
Yeah. We are now up to 216 subscribers. The episode with Kurt Walker, has 128 views. Sarah's got 511. Garrett's got 163. It's just, incredible. Thank you guys so much for, hanging out with us and having fun. And we hope that we're providing some interesting content. And, Tim, we've given away a pipe. Now it's time to do the regularly scheduled program is What's New at Your House. You just got back from vacation, so I'm not guessing a ton. And he's frozen again. When you live in the rural parts of the world, I get it. It's hard. It's difficult because your internet is frequently in and out. And you leave me sitting here alone, struggling to come up with content. And, well, I'll just keep talking. You know what? Because I've got a couple of great letters. We got some great emails, some great comments we want to talk about. Plus, there's a ton of stuff new in my collection. My wife was in Florida for 2 weeks, and when you leave me alone to my own devices, there's no telling what I'm going to do. But it's going to be pipe and tobacco related. And we'll wait and see if Tim comes back. So we'll just chat amicably and bum myself. I have to build a pipe rack. I've got the materials for it. It's just hard for me to want to work in the garage when it's 22 degrees or when it's 34 degrees because everything hurts and I'm old and I don't like it. I don't like to be cold. Being cold's terrible. People shouldn't live where it's cold.
Oh, crying out loud.
Hi, Tim. Welcome back.
Hey,
Oh, look, and you brought.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
This is
look
Abby.
at that. Whose dog is that?
This is Anita's dog.
Oh, all right. So Buddy's your dog.
She comes to me when she wants a treat. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So
Buddy's
it's good that
sleeping
you
it
have
off.
a large dog and a small emergency backup dog. I think that's
Yeah,
the way life should be.
this is the backup. Right. That's the
All right.
backup dog.
Okay. So did you add anything new while you were gone?
I got an enormous supply of materials in. I was out of rods, ebonite stock, and I have some more briar and just materials so that I can get cracking. I've got a new pipe design that I'm going to be introducing, so stay tuned for that. I'm kind of excited about it. And I'll hush hush until I come out of the PapaBear laboratory with a couple of prototypes. And I should be sharing them with everybody on our podcast. So stay tuned.
Ooh. Hang with us. Hang with us. All right.
Yep.
So last weekend, and I was just telling the listeners that my wife was out of town for 2 weeks. She went to Florida while I sat here in the snow and the cold, because that's how life works. Last weekend, I went to Edwards Pipe and Tobacco in Inglewood, Colorado, and I met up with the Pipe Club. Specifically, I sat down and chatted with Anthony from Castle Briars again, and with Rob from R. Dickey Pipes. And while I was there, I picked up some Heinrich Dark Strong, which is absolutely a fantastic tasting tobacco. I really liked it. It was a recommendation from Anthony, and it was a good call. And then I've been looking at Solani. I've never gotten any, so I saw the Solani Silver Flake. So I picked up a tin of it, and it is dark red Virginias and dark fired Kentucky. So it's right in my wheelhouse and like it a lot. And also, Anthony gave me a bunch of stuff that is headed to your house tomorrow. He gave me a tin of Palmetto Balkan for you. He gave me some Black Rope for you. He gave me another blend. And then our mutual friend Riley, who you just made the banana pipe for, or the pineapple pipe for, is sending you some of Riley's Epiphany. He got you a jar of that and is sending it to you. So there you go.
Wow.
Fun
That
time.
is, this pipe community, it just blow you away. I think about, the generosity of people, and it's sort of like, I don't deserve all these good people in my life, but I got them, and I appreciate them.
All day. And there's a pipe maker named Giannis. Mitchell from MBSD contacted me on Thursday of this week and said, hey, this guy, so they broke into his pipe making shed and stole everything. All his tools, all of his briar, everything. Stripped him out, took his safe, everything. This guy lost everything. And they're doing a raffle for him, and there are about 24 people that are donating stuff. And you'll see, if you go to MBSD Pipes, if you go to a couple others, there's notes on it. There's a raffle coming up sometime in the first week of February. So if y'all can participate in that, that would be fantastic to help Giannis out.
I'll get some stuff over to him.
Yep. Anyway, so let's talk about what else is new in my collection. And it was great that we had Glenn on, because I have 3 pipes that were part of the Instagram Pipe Makers Club. And first off, I got my first Mark Berg, and this was the snow theme. And I contacted Mark because I wanted to come on the podcast, and I said, hey, do you still have that one available? He goes, yeah. I've really been afraid to sell it because the stem is a little bit thin. And I said, no. I put a condom on him. It'll be good. I want to give it a shot. And he goes, okay. So this showed up this week. And again, Instagram Pipe Makers Club for snow. That showed up. And then shortly after that, this little gem from our favorite partner in crime on the podcast, Plateau Top, Hawkbill Dublin, absolutely gorgeous, got a brass band on it. It is a remarkably fantastic pipe. Smokes like a dream. I think I've had 6 bowls through it since I got it. Absolutely a gorgeous pipe. Well done, Mr. Beaumont. Fantastic work.
Hats off to you.
Yep. And then Kevin Foster, I had contacted Kevin before he went to Smitty's and said, hey, let me know whatever's left, whatever you don't, because there are a couple of pipes that he was taking to the show that he had posted. And I said, hey, if anything survives, let me know. And so he contacted me after the show and said, hey, I just want to let you know I have this pipe, which is a Dublin with a copper ring on the, on the briar. And then it also has copper inlay on the top. Just fantastic pipe. And then copper inlay in the stem, right there where it connects the stubble. Absolutely fantastic pipe. It's my second Kevin Foster, and we have Kevin coming up in a couple of weeks. So we'll talk to Kevin at length and talk about his pipe making journey. And it's hard to get a Foster handmade pipe because about as fast as he makes them, they're gone. So
I was admiring that on the Instagram Pipe Makers Club community on the what's that thing called? The gamers site. I can't remember what it's called.
Okay.
Where we all meet. Anyway, everybody shows
Discord?
their work in Discord. That's right. And we show our progress, the progress pictures, and which I always forget to take. And then the finished product. And I was admiring that when looking at that copper inlay, and I'm thinking, how do you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm you know what? We're going to ask him when we have him on. Because I didn't know this. I thought I was the first pipe that he sold on Instagram. He sold me I was his first sale. So Kevin and I have now what I would consider to be an excellent relationship. He's also in our Pipe Sports and Pals League. And it's taken me this long to get a second one. So well done, Kevin.
Having using a tarnishing type of metal on a pipe, it's hard to finish that. So brass, copper, because when you buff the surface, if you try to raise a shine on the metal, you'll drag that tarnish off of the metal onto the briar. And you got to be really calculating in how you get that done, because once you get that over onto the briar, it makes a mess and you can't get it off without going all the way back down to the wood.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how he does it, but also with Kevin's pipe, and I like this a lot. He gives you kind of a birth certificate with it, what it's made out of, what the specs are. It really nice, and of course a card, and you get custom logoed bags, which are really cool. It's got the little Foster handmade logo, and then our friend Caleb Bradley, who we had on recently. I have my first Caleb Bradley pipe now. And one of the things that's amazing about Caleb, he sends it in these burlap bags, a burlap pipe bag, which is really nice. But he also sends a heavy craft paper that actually is the blueprint for the pipe.
Oh, wow. That's neat.
Yeah. And, this is, he's an engineer, so stunning that he would be this detailed with it.
Yeah, right.
And now I'm going to show you the pipe because it is a breathtaking cob.
Look at that.
Yep. And it's got...
What's the ring? What is that?
Mammoth tooth, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Or mammoth tusk. Absolutely a gorgeous pipe. And if you see the shape of the shank, it's kind of that, almost like an eyeball kind of shape to it.
Yeah.
Where it's just fantastic work. Absolutely thrilled with Caleb's work, and I'm you know, I'm a pipe collector. I like pipes. So
Yeah.
and then last, Mitchell. Now here's the dangerous part of me being friends with someone that sells pipes, like Tim is well aware, because it seems like every time you make something I like, it shows up at my house. So Mitchell and I were having a conversation. He says, I've got these incredible Dr. Graybos, and you have to see them. And this one is a Dr. Graybo Viscount. And this is such an interesting shape. And when you look at the grain on this, for a Dr. Graybo,
Yeah.
Unbelievable grain, just a really cool and unique shape. So it made its way to Colorado. And then he goes, hey, I got a second one. Do you want it? Well, yeah, I do. And again, it's some of the more interesting grain. And, there are some people that are not big Dr. Graybo fans, and that's fine. That's not. I like pipes for being unique and interesting, and both of those were unique and interesting. And I do have a special soft spot in my heart because that was my grandfather's brand of pipes. He liked Graybos.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Right.
He liked those small, light Graybos. And, straight as a stick billiards, that's just what he smoked. That's what he liked. And, everybody has a preference, and I'm good with it, but I like different. And both of those came up, and, at MBSD Pipes, they were $50 a piece, which is, and they're
you can't go wrong.
No, and they're in pristine condition. Yeah.
Right.
And amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, also with Caleb's pipe, he also sent me a tamper.
Yeah, a little pick.
Yep,
Yeah.
with a pick in it, and it's got the magnet in it, so it clicks together and
Just jumps right to it.
Yep. So very
nice.
Yeah, kind of exciting. So
Mitchell's got a lot of good stuff on his site.
he does, and by the way, the Berg's pipe also got a birth certificate for it. I think that's a nice touch. Just my personal preference, but regardless,
Yeah, cool.
I like the work that they do. So this is the downside of being me. And people ask, well, why do you do tobacco blondes? Mostly so I can buy pipes, and no other reason.
Yeah, got to have a way to support your habit.
That's right. And Diane was gone for 2 weeks, and I did the interview with Brian Levine on Pipes Magazine Radio, and my inbox just exploded, and brought in a ton of new customers, and I just couldn't be happier.
Wonderful.
Are you ready to read? We got some emails and some comments, and I wanted to read those now that we're done with what's new. We really didn't get any ask us anything question, except we got one question. Where can we find you, Tim? If someone wants to get a hold of you, where do they get a hold of you?
Well, if they go to www.pbhbp.com, it's in the comments section below on YouTube. PBHBP. It's and then there's a contact box button, and I just go in there and just type in, and it comes right to my inbox, my email inbox. That go to the website as opposed to me giving you my email. It'll be in the show notes below, but on YouTube. But just go to the website. That's the easiest way to do it. It comes right to my phone.
Excellent.
That's exactly how.
To get in touch with me, you can email me at emersonsouthern@yahoo.com. You can connect with me on Facebook at Emerson Southern, or you can connect with me on Instagram at Emerson Southern Forged. That's it. Only way to get in touch with me. And I'm not sorry. So we got some great stuff. So Balkan Canuck sent us an email, and I thought it was worth reading. And I think you and I both got this, Tim, correct? He sent you a copy as well. Tim's frozen. I'm going to read it anyway. Tim will jump back in when he gets to it. So it's from Balkan Canuck. Hey guys, I love the show. In fact, I love it so much I decided to write this email, which I've never done before. I've listened to many podcasts on tobacco pipes and cigars. The vast majority of them totally suck, so I started listening to your show with very low expectations. Needless to say, I'm still listening and really enjoy you two knuckleheads. Probably because we are the same generation and share the same idiotic sense of humor. So a couple of things to contribute. I, too, had a meat lover society that was known as the Carnivore Club. Our motto, we love animals, they taste good. We love you, Balkan Canuck. That's awesome.
I know.
The only condition for membership is you had to order meat during our regular outings, preferably beef. Pork was allowed. Seafood or fowl of any kind were a punishable transgression. More importantly, when I get into any ridiculous confrontations with a vegan, which is every confrontation, I tell them I strictly follow the B diet, which I have developed and refined over many years. It's quite simple, though you can consume anything that starts with the letter B. For example, beef, bacon, beer, bourbon, bread, butter. I'm sure you get the gist. You notice that that rye didn't make the list. No, and nor should it. However, the diet does need to include a healthy dose of boobs, butts, and beaver. And he's Canadian, so I'm assuming he's the flat-tailed mammal, not something else.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. And of course, not to forget burning backy in your favorite briar. Cheers, dude, and keep the content coming. Thank you so much. And then comments from the last episode, Rob R. Dickey, Pipes, number 9. Great show, guys. I can't wait to be on. The gratuitous silliness and actual substance is right up my alley. Keep this up. We're working on it. Yusuf Syed, good evening. The podcast took me 8 hours to watch. Awesome showmates. Always a pleasure to listen to you guys and sharing your wisdom and knowledge. Have a blessed week and greetings from South Africa. Thank you, Syed. We appreciate that. User MB1HG4QU9F. May want to work on that one a little bit. Not that I'm providing commentary.
Not that anybody's going to copy it,
Yeah. The girl with colitis goes by. Yeah, we like that one. That was good. It's too good. I can't beat it. Okay. Challenger Dart actually changed it up on this week because we said, in the last episode with Kurt on, in episode 24, we said he leaves us the same message and he goes, "What can I say, guys? Excellent vid. Thanks a lot. I wait every week for your show. You make my day too. Have a great week." Thank you. Terry Brewster.
Nice stuff.
Yeah. Winner of the, slow talking Walter, fire engine guy. Another great show, guys. Professor Walker was a very interesting guest. As for the crap you're getting from some about upcoming guests, listen to the opening warning, people. Grow a pair. Nah.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your support, Terry. We appreciate it. Blake's Pipes, who comments regularly on her, and he's got his own YouTube channel, and it's a very entertaining channel. So if you get a chance, go check out Blake's Pipes. Have so many things to comment, but first, thank you for your kind word. I'm trying to see where this YouTube thing goes. Really just wanted to learn how to do video editing. Took 2 of my hobbies that I could do after my injury, and it still gets me out of the house. But I still don't know why you're still low on subs. But I am a strange breed, and I love podcasts on YouTube. Watch about 5 podcasts each week until I fall asleep. Laundry, house chores, even in my helmet on a long ride. If you're sleeping,
You doing laundry in a helmet?
on a long ride. I'm not really sure how all those things. Maybe I just read that wrong. I'm not sure. I think I started a new bi-monthly or just monthly cast on my YouTube channel, calling it Shed Happens, and it will be the story of my past. All right. Excellent. Well, we look forward to seeing that, Blake. So thank you so much.
We'll watch it. Yeah. I hope he wears the helmet on the podcast. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like RoboCop, that kind of helmet.
Yeah. Tractor Therapy Great interview, boys. I'm glad you're not listening to the one or two soy boys that have a problem with Kurt or Dr. Harrelson. I would bet my favorite pipe that the majority of your viewers have zero issues with their views. Kurt and Alan are as American as St. James Perique. Keep up the good work. All right. Well, thank you.
All right. Yeah.
We appreciate that. There you go. Nice thing.
All good stuff.
You know, I'm still having fun. Are you having fun? I was laughing so hard in this one.
I'm
I was
having
crying.
a ball. It'd be a lot better if my internet would quit gassing out on me.
Well, you know, it was fun. You know, I'd be talking and you'd be frozen, and I'd just keep going. You know, that's how we do things.
Yeah.
Ah,
That the Terry Brewster's the one that came up with the misheard lyrics contest,
yeah.
and kudos to him, man. That was a great idea, and they say laughter's the best medicine.
Oh, by far.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Man.
Just
Good
you
fun.
know, when Jared sent me Yellow Ledbetter and the misheard lyrics, I was like, oh, you know, the mumbling of grunge. No, that, and it you know, brown the runway. I just
Here we go again. Potato wave.
potato wave.
Oh God, we're gonna start over again.
On a wizard on a whale. Oh, that was just hilarious, and I absolutely loved it. Oh. And while we were on the podcast, the Detroit Lions did lose to San Francisco. I'm terribly sorry. I was actively rooting for Detroit.
Yeah, I didn't even know who was playing tonight.
Nah,
Frankly,
you know, I quit watching TV a little over 5 years ago because I just can't stand commercials. And I don't like it. If I'm going to waste time, that's not how I'm wasting it. So
you're right.
you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nah.
excellent. Well, that was a hoot, Tim.
That was fun. That was a good time. I was looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I was too. And you
I
know,
look forward to all of them, but this one I knew we were going to be busting our asses laughing here.
oh yeah,
That's good.
slow talking Walter, fire engine guy was a winner.
Fire engine guy.
Oh, that was a good one.
Slow talking Walter. Like there's more than one Walter.
Yeah,
There's more than one slow talking one. There's a couple.
yeah,
But not there's only one that's the fire engine guy.
yeah. That's right. Exactly. Slow talking.
You know which Walter you're
But there were some great, you know, and again, thank you to Terry and Jared because you guys were 1 and 2 and just absolutely fantastic.
And some of the ones at the beginning, the first few that you read, maybe, you know, they were funny too, you know?
Yeah, you know, Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza.
Tony Danza. Yeah.
Yeah. Just great stuff. Great stuff. So if
Don't
we
let-
missed any,
Don't let your son go, your SON son go down on me.
so that you know why this is such an inside thing for me. When I was,
the other one, a dick with a glove.
yeah, might as well face it. You're a dick with a glove. Well done, Mark. Well done. But I've been mangling. I had, when I was growing up, there was a friend that was, you know, just whatever, you know, like we talked about last week, you know, broken lullaby, perfumed alibi. Well, when I would get song lyrics wrong, he would just, it would spin him up something awful. And I thought, you know what? I can do this a lot. I can do this all day. And I would mangle song lyrics. And, you know, when my wife and I got together, she goes, are those the lyrics? No, not at all. But I'm just,
I'm doing it because my buddy gets all churned up over it.
yeah.
Works himself into a lather.
And my nieces were hanging out with me one day, and there was that I can't think of the artist's name, but You Ain't Here to Kiss Me, Brett Young,
Okay.
country singer. And of course, I changed the lyrics are "You aren't here to fist me," and my nieces are sitting. And my nieces are sitting in the car and they're like, "That's-" and they were, they were late teens, early 20s, and they're like, "Uncle Jim, have you always been this funny?" I said, "Yeah, you guys just haven't been paying attention." And
Right,
right. Just mangling song lyrics to me is hilarious, and the more perverse it is, the funnier I think it is,
right, sure.
Well,
there's these things that get into your head like an earwig, like I was sent you the other day about the Olivia Newton-John, the Let's Get Physical. And they had it playing in the airport.
mm-hmm.
And I realized that I had the lyrics wrong, where they, thought she was saying, what was it? Let's get physical. Let me hear some potty talk. Let me hear some potty talk. Potty talk. Let me hear some potty talk. And it kept going around in my head. And eventually I was like, wait a minute.
Those aren't the lyrics at all. Those aren't the lyrics at all. And there was a country song a while back, Love Your Baby Girl. And I was sitting in the car one day, and it's not my favorite country song, but it's catchy, had a beat to it. And, and I'm, what sounds a lot like Love Your Baby Girl? Fuck a baby squirrel. Yeah, that's what we're putting in. Fuck a baby squirrel. We're just going to go. And I've been mangling song lyrics. Blue Oyster Cult had the song I'm Burning for You. That became I'm Burning a Mule. I'm
of course, burning a mule.
Yeah, I'm burning a mule. Yeah, that's. And I just think it's hilarious. And I'll catch myself mangling song lyrics when I'm by myself, and it's like, oh, that was pretty funny. Too bad nobody's here to hear it. So,
right, yeah.
All right.
I'm my own best entertainment.
Well, yeah,
God,
man, and we have action-packed lineup. I mean, we're now booked out until middle of May.
Yeah.
And we're coming up on our half-year episode. We've been doing this for 26 weeks next week, and we have Reed Robertson from Robertson Pipes on. So that'll be
great.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy. Reed's a good guy. You'll enjoy it. A lot of fun.
Yeah. And we have Jason Patrick coming up and Kevin Foster. I mean, it's just it's really kind of amazing. So I'm having fun. Hope y'all are having fun. Thank you for joining us. And
Alan Harrelson, he was great in Cheers.
I think it might be a different guest, Tim. I'm not sure.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, that's Woody Harrelson.
Here I thought we were. I thought we were like really getting some celebrities on here. Shoot.
Well, when I don't think anybody has. There's Mutton Chop, who's kind of like the king of the mountain, and then Dr. Harrelson's not too far behind him.
I know. Those guys are they're good at it. We're just a couple of knuckleheads.
Yeah. Well, we're just, sophomore humor and laughs and information about pipes and tobacco. So,
right. It's the best we can do.
Yeah.
The bar's low, easy to achieve.
Yeah.
What do they call it? The soft bigotry of low expectations. We're living the dream. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "I have a dream." We're living that dream.
That's right. It reminds me of Southern Cross from Crosby, Stills and Nash. We never failed to fail. It was the easiest thing to do. So
right. Well, I told you about the brewery in Madison, Ohio. There's a sign on the wall where they brew the beer, in the room where they brew the beer, and it says, "We do this not because it's easy, but because we thought it would be easy." That's their motto.
Yeah. We thought this would be fun. Yeah. No, it's not fun at all. All right. Excellent.
All right. Well,
congratulations again to Terry, and we'll see you for episode 26 next week. And Tim's frozen again. So, good night, everybody.